Take the hit, take the hit, take the hit. Welcome back to FPL, Take the Hit. You're here with Mick and Joff, and it is about to hit just absolute mayhem time, Joff. Double game week 29 has just been announced. What are your first reactions on the scene?
Just like crazy, just like that. I've never seen a season where even like the Manchester City game a couple of weeks back, how it just kind of got included in that week, and all of a sudden there's another one that's just included. It's gone crazy, Mick. It's gone crazy.
I feel personally bad for all those poor managers out there who have already made transfers this week, because there's a lot of them out there, Job, that we can't wait until Friday, till Saturday to make their transfers. They're gonna make them now.
So I was gonna say, do you feel sorry for them, or is this maybe a bit of a lesson?
The thing is, though, in saying that, the most transferred in player at the moment is Aubameyang. So those 220,000 people that have already purchased Aubameyang.
220.
Okay, well done. You got lucky, I guess, however you want to look at it. But the other four players that are most transferred in are Fernandes, Jota, Jimenez, and Calvert-Lewin. Now, none of them play a double game week in double game week 29. Now, I'm still getting used to hearing that.
No, it's crazy. Double game week 29. I think like the name of this podcast is actually just game week 29. I think it was like right in the exact same moment. We're like, oh my God, we just got news. News is just in. Breaking news.
I know, it really just spells out a lot of different connotations that are going to happen from now. It's just we're in the end game, Job. I think Doctor Strange said it better than I can, but that's where we're at, man. There's all those permutations are starting to unfold, and we're at that point now where it's time to start planning your chip strategies out. It's time to start deciding when you're going to hit that wildcard button, because we're starting to get a really clear picture. That picture's it's been murky for a bit, but it's starting to clear up, Job. I can see it. I can see clearly now.
Yeah, it is clearing up, but we find ourselves in a situation where we've just been thrown upon a double game week 29, which they both blank in game week 31, correct?
That is correct.
So that's 2 game weeks away. So it's not as if it's clear, like it's becoming clear the way you look at it. But what you do is just like, okay, I'm bringing in Aubameyang in for 2 weeks, and then I'm removing him, or am I free hitting, or like there's a few like little kind of connotations coming up and about. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I land on, because right now I've got no idea. I just going with the flow, just see what happens.
I think it kind of lends itself towards maybe not wildcarding this week. Now, I know it's going to be a really big strategy this week. It's to wildcard this week, get in 3 Arsenal, 3 City. I don't recommend you do that, because of obviously they're going to blank in 31. That's massive. Unless you're going to free hit in 31. See, that brings out that cat. I just pulled that one out of the bag for you, Joffy. If you're going to use your free hit in 31, hey, do whatever you want with your wild card, because your team reverts back to the original team in Game Week 32.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. So, it kind of plays on that. So that's what I'm saying. This is huge, man. It's strategy time, Job. It's time to start planning it out, because whatever you set in motion today, that's where you're going to be headed. If you start using your chips or hit that wild card, that's it. It's done. You only get one.
Yeah, it's true. No, you're spot on. I mean, I look at my team this week, and you even look at the potentially wildcarding. I'm just happy with my team. It's just like, there's just no point, I might even go into this double game week with only KDB as well, nothing else, like legit.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just like one of those things where I don't know. I'm just gonna. I'm not definitely like landing on that at all right now. But in my first musings, looking at it, it's like, I got to take a hit to bring in a Aubameyang, and then I got to do this and that. It's just like, is it worth it, especially with 31? But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what I land on, to actually having a good look, because I haven't had a good look yet.
I actually have had a good look, because I was awake for the morning news when it came out this morning, because bless my son, he likes to wake up at 6 a.m. So I was up at 6 a.m. with the birds, and I found out the news fairly early. So in between, rummaging, chasing after him in the morning and making him breakfast, I made him eggs on toast this morning.
Nice.
I banged out a quick wildcard team. Now, just banging out that quick wildcard team, the more time that I spent on it, the more that I felt like it wasn't the right time to use it. Now, I'm saying that only because my team didn't really improve a lot from where it was right now. And I was heavily leaning on a double game week strategy, where I'd literally double game week 29. I'm trying to fit in 3 City and 3 Arsenal players. That's not the way to do it. If you're going to wild card now, your team you're going to put out is a team for the rest of the season. So you've got to look at that long game now, because that's what the wild card is. Saying that, Joff, you're thinking of wildcarding later on in the season.
Yeah, I mean, again, my strategy is just go with the flow. I've always played this game that way, not to really look too far ahead, and unless you need to. And I mean, I'm not really looking too far ahead with the wild card because I don't know when the wild card, and probably the best time to wild card if you look at, because we're going to get into that a bit more. You're pretty knowledgeable with the double game week. So 34, you're saying there's not going to be many, yeah? There's not going to be many double game weeks, yeah?
Okay, so yeah, as we know, we're in 29. Double game week 29 is going to happen. Then in blank game week 31, at the moment there's only 3 confirmed fixtures. So we've got Liverpool versus Palace, which is huge because that means that you've got at least 3 players in that game week, which is pretty good. Wolves versus Bournemouth is the next one, and then Burnley versus Watford. So those 3 games will be going ahead in blank game week 31. Now, as of tomorrow morning from this recording time, the rest of the FA Cup games will be played out, and either one of Norwich, Everton, or Spurs versus West Ham will go ahead in 31. So obviously those two, Spurs and Norwich, are playing each other in the FA Cup. So the winner of that game will blank in 31. So we're definitely gonna get one of those games. So either Spurs, West Ham, or Norwich, Everton will be in 31, and then there's a small chance that there will be an extra game in that week. It'll be Leicester versus Brighton, but that's only if Birmingham decide to beat Leicester in the cup. So we have to wait and see on that one. But regardless of that, yeah, there's 4 games in that week, Joff, maybe 5.
Yeah, that's it. And then obviously double game week 34. How many double game week games would you reckon there will be in that?
So in 34 at the moment, it's looking like not many. So there'll probably be maybe 1 or 2 extra games. So could be between 2 and 4 teams will get a double game week in 34. So a relatively small one.
Yeah.
That's because obviously this Arsenal and City game has been slotted into 29.
Yeah.
So it's denied it of being in 34. Otherwise, it was most likely to be moved to 34. So the big double game week of the season is going to be in 37, which it's ridiculous, Job. It's so late in the season.
It is. That's why I mean. Yeah, like honestly, that's why. I mean, you saying potentially I'm going to hold it. Like you know me well. Like I might even hold it until 36 because obviously I can get my bench boost in 37, understand the situation a bit better, and do it. So I mean, look, saying that I'm not saying that I'm cementing. I'm going to be doing it, but I'm open to just seeing what happens. But that's something that I could actually land on as well. Because if you're saying that 37 is going to be huge, hey, maybe I want to get in on the action. Hey.
See, I think. For me, there's no way I'm going to be holding my wild card that late in the season because I think what you're doing in that respect is you're putting too much value into your bench boost. So what is your bench boost worth in points, Joff? Just think about that for a second. What's it worth to you? What's a good bench boost? How many points?
I don't know. I never really thought about it, but I mean, yeah, you say goalkeeper. Let's say he gets 8 points in 2 games, clean, yep. and then obviously let's go 8. Let's go 8 across the board. So 24, 32 points.
32 points. I reckon that's spot on, mate. I was going to say 30 points for me is a good bench boost. So that's what it's worth to you. It's worth 30 points, right? So if you're going to hold your wild card until 36, you're denying yourself of a wild card team for 7 game weeks roughly. If you were to wild card, for 29 or for 30,
but
whatever.
I mean, look, yeah, I'm just saying that it's just sometimes your team's fine. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, man, we've played this game for how many seasons and how many times I've wildcarded just for no reason and butchered my team. Oh man, if I had a nickel, but it's seriously like it's something that I've done countless times again. It's like this season. I've told you many times. Every time I seem to have 2 free transfers, I butcher it. I make 2 stupid moves where it's like forced moves. Do you know what I mean? Not every time, but a lot of the time I just look at it. I'm like, I don't even need to make 2 transfers, but I'll just do it because I've got it. It's just like, that's all I'm trying to say is that. Sometimes you don't need to do it. Sometimes your team looks horrific. And even when I got 2 freebies, I need to do it. But it's just one of those kind of things that sometimes, you don't know what you got until it's gone.
No, very true, man. But that's the thing. Like you said, and having the the pedigree and the amount of time we've put into this game. One thing I do now when I use my wild card, which is this is a nice tip for people out there that are wild carding this week, is you can't overinvest in the future. Yeah, you've got a team that you've put in place that you've been piecing together for 28 game weeks of the season, right? So you don't want to rip that team apart unless it's terrible, unless your rank is absolutely horrendous or whatever. But most of the players in there's some quality in your team. For example, if I was to wildcard, I would 110%. I would keep Fernandez, Jimenez, De Bruyne, Salah, Alexander-Arnold, Doherty in my team. That's 6 players I would guarantee keep. There's no chance I would get rid of those players.
Yeah.
The rest of the team I'd probably change. But 6 players I would 100% keep. Now, some people might say, oh, no, but you got to change more. It's not worth it for your wildcard. But that doesn't matter. What matters is if you use your wildcard to improve your team and then you're not going to have to take -12, -16 to make those 4 or 5 moves, that's a win, man. Because you're saving those points that you would have lost to make your team better.
Yeah.
You're saving them.
Yeah, true. No, I'm with you. It's a good little musing, good little argument you've got there as well. Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, that's the thing there. But I'm not saying 2 wildcard this week. I honestly haven't made my mind up yet. I've done a few wildcard drafts, but it's going to take time to get a wildcard draft together just because of that. I'm trying to remove my bias from double game week 29 and move it towards the rest of the season. So I'm definitely going to wait until tomorrow to make up my mind and see exactly what's going to unfold in game week 31 with the blanks.
100%, yeah.
And then, I mean, another thing you look at, Joff, is I know this is going to be a little bit controversial, but if you were to wildcard, say, this week or next week and build a team for beyond 31, you could potentially free hit in 31, have your wildcard team that's built for 34 and 37 doubles because we know who's going to blank in 31 and they're going to have to pick up their double game week in either 34 or 37. So you can build that and then literally just free hit in 31 so you avoid that. Or conversely, go the other way about it. Build a team for 31, say 3 Wolves, 3 Liverpool, and let's say, for example, for argument's sake, Everton go through 3 Everton players, right? You got 9 players in a game week that's only going to have 4 games. So, 9 of the best is going to get you where you need to be in that game week, yeah? And then you save your free hit chip for double game week 34. And then you bench boost in 37. There's your chip strategy done.
You've got it figured out, Mick. Look, see, I mean, you can obviously use that. It's something that, I mean, you've obviously looked at it. You've spent time on it as well. And yeah, I think that this is, I just want to say there's a lot of ways to go about it in this little, it doesn't matter which way you go. It's just like last season with, I guess everyone built up their team for the blank game week in 31 around about that time as well. So it's just the same kind of thing. You can do what you want, see what works, see what goes through. And at the end of the day, that's all you can do. There's no correct way to go about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just the way that you go about it. Just see which way you land on, and that's all you can do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, obviously at the moment you're thinking of what free hit 31, wildcard 36, and then bench boost 37. That's where your head's at right now, right?
Well, maybe even wildcard 35 if there's a clear
your
run.
wildcard will be somewhere before the 37 double to maximize your bench boost.
Most likely, I mean, in this moment right now, but that can all change, man. I could bloody wildcard this week. You know what I mean? I probably won't. Let's be honest. I'm not going to do it. I can't see myself doing it, to be honest. But it's just one of those things where who knows what I land on. But I think that's in my early thoughts is that, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I'm gonna have to make that gut check call very very soon. But it really depends on how you want to maximize it. Because obviously we got if you break it all down, we've got double game week 29, blank 31, double game week 34, double game week 37. So we've got those 4 big crisis points coming up in FPL. And if you think about it, Job, that's 4 massive crisis points in 10 short weeks. So there's going to be a lot going on, man. This is when it's gut check time, Job. This is when you're...
It's not crisis point at all. It's an entertainment week. It's a big week. You know what I mean? It's not about it's a good thing. It is a good point. It's why we play the game. It's a fun part.
Excuse me if you don't understand, but for me, crisis is the best time to be in. That's where you want to be. You want to be in the middle of the storm, don't you? You don't want to be on the outside just getting flown away with the cows and the houses. No, you want to be in the middle of that storm. You want to be just looking straight through the eye and just enjoying the mayhem.
Yeah, fair enough. However you want to put it, man. However you want to put it. But I'm looking forward to all these weeks anyway.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's gonna be awesome. All right, mate. I think that's about enough talking about the hits and the doubles and all the permutations. Why don't we have a look at blank game week 28, Josh? Let's get straight into it, mate. Would you like me to start off?
Oh, that's all right. I gotcha. I was gonna say we haven't done this yet. We usually start with the game weeks. We missed it this time, but my
more pressing issues, right? Yeah, right. Than our paltry points totals.
Yeah, true. But yeah, so I'll start with mine anyway. So my rank, where am I now? I'm at roughly, I dropped a bit. I'm at 6,875 now. So I got 30 points this week. I had probably one of my worst weeks of the season, which, hey, they happen. But yeah, so obviously, yeah, I actually didn't even field an 11. I actually ended up feeling a 9 because Vardy, my transfer, Mr. Rogers screwed me. But yeah, so I ended up feeling a 9. I brought in Fernandez, which got me some points, but otherwise, there's not really much else to talk about. As you guys can see on the screen, it looks pretty horrific. But look, these game weeks happen, and I kind of mentioned it just to a few other people as well. Just keep your chin up, because there's a few people like in crisis mode when they're just kind of panicking. I was just like, you know what, just don't worry about it. It's one game week. It's a journey. It's a good thing that yeah, sometimes it's a good thing that these things happen. You learn lessons and you move forward. So yeah, still up there and looking forward to next game week. And how about yourself, man? How'd you go?
Yeah, I mean, it was looking pretty dire for me as well, Joff, until that Wolves game. And obviously the United game really pulled through for me. Like I was, sit like everyone else in the FPL world after the early games. I was pretty devo. Teams looking pretty poor. Only had returns from Fernandez from Newcastle, strangely enough. And then after Liverpool lost, I think the entire internet just melted down. Like it was Y2K all over again, Job. That was insane after what the show Saar put on there. But
It's crazy.
yeah, obviously, Captain Salah, so that didn't come through. I brought in Barnes this week, Joff. It was a safe pick. I thought, it's time for Leicester to turn their season around. They're going to do it at Carrow Road. Norwich are down. Norwich are relegated. No, maybe Norwich aren't relegated, Joff. Because I mean, after that performance, I'm not sure anymore. But in saying that, Leicester are still just terrible at the moment. So my safety Barnes pick did not come off. I was happy to bring in Vardy though. That's a bit of a delete my team moment. But people out there that brought in Vardy, I feel for you. But yeah,
Hey,
my other
very kind.
transfer did take a hit for a -4. I brought in Matt Doherty.
Doherty.
Doherty. Doherty. Yeah, I thought it was time to bang the Doherty drums again, Job. I don't bench Doherty.
Don't pitch Doherty.
So I brought in Doherty, man, and I was pretty happy with his goal assist. Yeah, you got to be happy with a goal assist. Everything at the moment that the last two players that I brought in, minus Barnes, have been scoring for me. So I brought in Fernandez last week, brought in Doherty this week. So I'm a little bit on fire, Joe. I'm a little bit lit, a little bit like a rocket ship.
A little bit lit.
So now I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling the vibes from this week. So definitely Doherty got me the goods there. Also had Jimenez, Firmino and Ings continue to just destroy my forward line. So could shake things up this week, man. I'm really looking at Ingsy and Firmino out this week. So that could happen this week. We'll touch on that a little bit later on, Joff. But
Nice.
ended up on 51 points. So 140,000 game week rank, which is my best for the entire season. So I'm not sure how
Nice.
51 points gets you that kind of rank. It shows how much of a bad week it was.
Yeah, bad.
Terrible week. I'm up to just cracked the top 10K, so I'm
Yeah.
9,690 in the world. Back in the top 10K, back fighting, mate. Back in there fighting, and I'm 8 points behind you, Joff. So I've
8
cut the
points
lead
now.
down as well.
Nice. Oh, it's good. It's
Yeah,
close,
it's good.
man. I
No,
enjoy
it's
it.
it's nice. It's nice when it's close. I know. I think you after your triple captain, I'm pretty sure you pulled like 50-point lead on me. So yeah, man, I've brought that back, which is pretty happy that triple captain didn't destroy my season. That's the thing, though. I think a lot of people let that destroy them when a lot of people triple captain Mane and didn't work out so well. But for me, I just took it on the chin, kept going. Just
Yeah, that's all you
didn't
can
panic.
do,
That's
man.
the thing with this game. Don't panic. And like Joff said earlier, people that had a horrible game week. Okay, it's one game week. Don't panic. Just chill out. I'm hopeful that people listen to my tweets and stuff, and probably you on Instagram, Joff, and they waited and kept their nerve, because we all knew that this double game week 29 announcement was coming. So it's here now, and it's time for us to react.
Yeah, no, that's it. No, it's all. It's just again, I say it like not every week, but I say it a lot of the time. It's a 38 game week season. It's not a 1 game week season. So it's just like right now where I'm positioned. It's obviously not going to be where I'm positioned in game week 38. It's just like just go with the flow. See where it takes you. It's you don't have to analyze every single kind of every match day. Oh, this match day I got 12 points, and then all of a sudden on the Sunday you got 30 points. Just I don't know. That's just my way of doing it is just go with the flow. Like I said, if we didn't do this podcast and the YouTube stuff, I literally wouldn't even look at my rank. I'm at my best when I don't look at my rank. I just play my game.
Yeah, very nice, man. Well, Job, you've said it best to me a few times. Your rank only matters in game week 38.
That's it.
So, I mean, that just defines the entire way you play this game.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Beautiful, mate. All right, let's have a look at our Undertaker. All right, Job. So we've got Julian Bennett, JB Dread FPL. Oh, I like that name.
It's a sick name.
Good old JB. He's written in. So he took a -8 this week. Pretty hectic -8, but good on him. Bless him. So he's gone Kun to DCL. Great move.
Nice.
Great age. Then he's gone Fleck to Fernandez. Great age. And he's gone O'Connell to Pereira. That didn't work out so well for you.
Still good.
But still good, man. You got points from DCL, points from Fernandez. Kun didn't play. Neither did Fleck. Neither did O'Connell. So he really got points from Pereira too.
Well,
so, I mean,
take it.
we're looking at that. What did DCL score?
He got like 8, was it?
Let's have a look. DCL got 7. So 7. Fernandez is 10. Pereira is 2. So 19 points up on the deal. That's pretty awesome. Minus the 8, so 11 up. That's great. That's a great hit, man. You got a great team in there. You've gotten rid of Kun for his double game week. Oh, I just read that.
But I mean, at the end of the day, you don't know what's going to happen here, man. Jesus started against Real Madrid. That's the thing with going Aguero or Jesus. Well, what are you going to do? Like, it's a risk either way.
Be scared. Be afraid. If you own Aguero for the double game week, be afraid. And I think non-owners are going to be just as afraid, Joff, because what if Aguero could go nuclear?
You don't know which way it's going to go here, mate.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much for writing in, JB Dread, with that unbelievable Undertaker. Let's jump straight into some questions. All right, Joff, I've got some quick fire questions for you, mate. We're gonna just shoot this off like a machine gun. Let's rock into it. Malcolm Brown wants to know, should I keep or sell Salah? Joff, just shut him right down for me, please. Shut him down.
Keep him, please.
Thank you, Joff. I've had enough about that one. All right, Malcolm Brown also wants to know, what do I do with Perez and Ings? Joff, just shut him down, please.
Which Perez?
Perez. Leicester City Perez.
I mean, you got to keep him. Oh, sorry. In Roma, there's 2 Perez's at Roma. That's why I'm a bit distracted right now. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd say keep Ings, man. I'm keep Ings. Perez maybe get rid of, even though they got Villa this week. That's not as easy as you think. I'm just saying.
I'm saying sell them both. They're both trash. Okay, Pedro wants to know, hi Mick and Joff, bench boost in game week 29 or not? Ooh, bench boost in game week. What is wrong with this guy? Pedro, no. Pedro's got 10,000 followers. 10,000 people listen to this guy. Pedro, man, I'm going to give you a shout out right now, man. At PedPax. He's got 10,000 followers, man. Give us a shout out on your Twitter feed, bro. Come on. We just gave you one. No, don't do that. Don't be silly. I mean, why would you do that? Unless... No. Why would you do that? I can't even think of a reason why. Would you have 3 Arsenal and 3 City? Where are you going to bench boost? I'm not seeing the angle here. Can you see the angle that I can't see, Job? Hey, I'm looking at isosceles triangles. I need something else, Job. Hit me with some geometry, Job. Thank you.
Nah, look, man. I mean, there's a lot of teams playing at home this week that you might have their players, but I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Oh my God, we've got another bench booster. FPL derailed. If I transfer in Sa for Traore, should I bench boost this week? Oh. No, don't do it. Please don't. FPL derailed. Stop it right now. Simon.
Any more bench boosters? Is there any more?
I hope not, because I'm gonna delete my Twitter if there's people just ask me. Oh my God, there's another one.
No way.
Marshall or DCL for this weekend coming. And should I bench boost? No, you should not bench boost.
But how are these people in the position to bench boost? How have they got 3 Arsenal? They're going to take like a 12-point hit to bring in this? Because you can't bench boost a wildcard in the same week. Like, you know what I mean? How is it even possible?
I don't know. All right, compose yourself, Joff. I got to compose myself.
You got to compose. Okay. You just copped bench boost questions, man. Far out. What just happened?
I should have screened these questions, man. This is one of those weeks where I should screen the bloody questions. All right, let's move on. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I own Dominic Calvert-Lewin and I own Anthony Marshall. Oh, I pray for your soul.
Marshall.
This is from at Pickle My Rick 85. That's a great name.
Pickle My Rick.
Pickle Rick is from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
It's one of the best episodes they've ever made. Okay, so he owns Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Marshall. He needs to bench one this week. That's a tough one. Joff, I'm gonna throw this to you because it's a tough
I
one. Under
mean,
the bus.
Marshall's probably injured though. Let's be honest. Is he back?
Yeah, Marshall's always injured. I mean, he's a
He's a permanent
glass
injury
cannon.
down.
He's a glass cannon, but without the cannon part, so he's glass.
He's all right, man. Marshall, you owned him for a bit, man, which means you had faith in him. But I think that obviously DCL's form, you just got to go with DCL, yeah.
DCL as well. FPL Lemon wants to know if I take a -4 for Virgil van Dijk to Doherty, or should he take a -4 for Vardy to Aubameyang, or should he do them both for a -8? Ooh, should he take the hit?
I feel like VVD now is probably a bad idea to get rid of, especially with the blank game week 31, and obviously they're playing Bournemouth at home, so maybe just the Orbit of Vardy one if he really wants to do it.
Yeah, I like that. I think take the hit for Vardy to Orbi, and then I think a triple captain pick on Aubameyang.
Oh, triple captain pick.
All right, so yeah, nice one there. All right, Jordan Symington wants to know whether he should go Ings to Long and Decore to KDB. Do you really think KDB is essential, or is spreading the wealth more beneficial?
I like
Joff, shut him down. Shut him down,
Bring in
Joff.
KDB. Bring in KDB.
Preach.
Preach.
All right, thank you, Joff. Thank you for that one. All right, man. We've got Dynamite Dons wants to know best mid under 10 million going forward. Best midfielder under 10 million. I think that's so simple. Joff, I'm going to shut him down with this one. Fernandez, boom, there it is. FPL Ginger Ninja wants to know McGoldrout. Oh, that's a sneaky little pun there on McGoldrick, I believe, from Sheffield United. McGoldrout scored tonight in the FA Cup. Is he essential? I think Ginger's just poking a bit of fun there. Is he poking the bear there, John?
I think he's poking the bear because his last name is McGoldrick as well. So I think it's just a bit of much more puns intended. So
sneaky one there from Mr. FPL Ginger Ninja. Thank you very much for all the questions, everybody.
Thanks,
for writing in. We really much appreciate them. We hope we've shut everyone down. I'm pretty sure we did.
You shut everyone down. Mixed shutdown questions should be called, man. Far out. Yeah, shut him down, Joe.
Shut him down.
Oh, and I'm like, I don't know if we should shut him down. I'm pretty happy with that. That's not too bad. You're like, no, shut him down.
All right, Joff. Well, we've got to talk about Marcus Alonso. He's hotter than a cayenne pepper. This guy, Joff. I mean, I don't even know right now. Do you even know what's happening?
Who is he? Where did he come from? I do not know. Man, he's just like a bolter out of the blue. I mean, he scored the week before against Tottenham, but that's the thing is I was aware that he scored against Tottenham, but his record against Tottenham is ridiculous. Yes, I was like, nah, I'm not even looking at him. Emerson's on the bench. He just scores for Tottenham against Tottenham for fun anyway. That's just Alonso. Bang, he gets a double. I was like, oh, Joff, really? Like, I know he scores against Tottenham, but maybe he's in form and obviously got his red in the Champions League, so he is one to look at. There's no question.
It's insane, isn't it? Like, the guy has played no minutes, Joe. I'm talking
0.
768 minutes on the season.
He doesn't play.
He's played one game. He's played these 2 games. Yeah. Before that, he played in game week 18. Before that, it was game week 10. He's played 2 games in like 20 game weeks, Joe. It's insane.
That's crazy.
And what does he do? He plays 2 games, gets 3 goals. It's pandemonium.
It's pandemonium. Oh man, it's the same as with Doherty. As in, if Alonso, like, they kept a clean sheet, that point haul just goes bananas. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's already big. Well, what did he get? It was like roughly 15 points, yeah.
16 points,
You know what I mean? Like, same as Doherty's 12, but they keep it clean all of a sudden. Yeah, a little bit more, but it's still crazy. I'm looking at him, but I mean, I can't bring him in. It's hard. It's difficult to just rearrange a team for Alonso, you know?
My worry is, will he get a stay of execution in the team? Because Lamps came out and said, he goes, I'm so happy with Alonso. You know, he should have had a hat-trick in this game. He's had the most shots of our team versus Bournemouth, but I don't want him to. I want my forwards to put the shots on. I want my forwards to score the goals.
Play him up front, Frank. So easy.
So he's kind of frustrated at his forwards because, you know, Alonso's getting all the shots.
Just play him up front. It's simple solution, Frank. I've got you, man. Just put him up front. He'll be right. He'll work it out.
I know, what's he doing playing left back? Just play him left wing forward. That's it, man. Just unleash him. Unshackle him, Job. Take the chains off.
It's funny. You know, that's something that I want to put out there, just randomly out of nowhere. How many times does there ever become a position change from something like this? That they're just like, oh yeah, they can play in that position and start playing him there. They don't do it. They're just like, oh, he's good from attacking from the deep. And I mean, I know that obviously some players are better in those positions, but just try it. You know, like with John Arnorisa. I don't know if for anyone that's old school, John Arnorisa was a left back for Liverpool, but he sometimes played as a left winger. It just happened. They're just like, you know what? Let's do it. The guy's got a shot. He can run up and down. Let's just do it. And it worked. The guy scored. I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there anyway.
I think that upsets the dichotomy of the inside of the club, though. It must be, Joff, because maybe if you
You're
think
not
about it, like,
supposed to play there.
yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're, for example, okay, you're, I don't know, you're Willian, for argument's sake. You're Willian, okay? Marcus Alonso scored 3 goals. You've scored 3 goals all season. He scored him in 2 games, yeah? But he's playing as a defender. You're a midfielder. All of a sudden, Lamps is like, you know what, Willian? Marcus Alonso just took your spot as a midfielder now, but he's a defender. So maybe that upsets them a little bit, the professional players. I don't know. I'm clutching at straws here, Joff, but I don't know.
I don't know. I just feel like it happens a fair bit. I love the managers that are just like, yeah, we'll just play him up front. Like Florenzi for Roma. They played him as a forward. They played him as a right back. They just like, just play wherever we need you. It's just like, that's good. Why not?
One to look at, definitely. But another one to look at, Joff, and I mean, we really, before we sign off in this episode, I really want to touch on some double game week players, Joff. So, I mean, we might be captaining one of them. Maybe we won't. We'll get to that after this. But double game week players, Joff, who are the best players to own from Arsenal?
I mean, straight up, has to be Aubameyang, obviously, because he's on penalties. He's sometimes playing as that winger, but yeah, he's obviously the best of the lot. I mean, you got Pepe. Would you consider Pepe, Mick?
I think he's overpriced, man. I mean, I'd go one or the other. I definitely will own one or the other this week. That's a guarantee. That's a mixed guarantee. I'm going to bring one of them in for this double game week. You kind of have to. Well, you don't have to, but I think it's because of that West Ham fixture so tight. It's so tight. I don't know how you can avoid that. Like at home to West Ham, it's an improved Arsenal. I've bagged them out all season, but Aubameyang he's a quality striker, Job. He just plays for a bad team. That's the problem. So Arsenal fans out there, that one's to you. No, but that's the problem. They're going to get better, though. I know they're going to get better. I can see what Arteta's going to do to that team.
He's turned it around already.
He's the next manager. Arsenal have been waiting for the next manager. Unfortunately, it wasn't Gant Emory. It's definitely Arteta. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from them. Yeah. And I'm think that, hopefully they can use the end of this season as a springboard into next season. And, I think, against West Ham, it's a London derby, sure, but, Aubameyang should be up for that. And then a big game against City. So I think Aubameyang is easily the number one pick.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be.
Sorry, after KDB, Job. Sorry.
Of course. KDB number one. 100%. And just before we move to Manchester City, it's a quick sneaky one. Saka, 4.6 million. He's played his last 2. He's got 2 assists in his last 2. Just one to look at if you need an enabler anyway.
Only thing with Saka, he's double OP, Joff. He's double OP, but the wrong way. He's a midfielder in the game in FPL, but in actual EPL, in EPL, he's a defender. He's playing as a wing back.
It's like a wing, it's like a wing back. He's got 2 assists and 2 though. I know what you're saying, but I mean,
no, good stats.
Yeah.
I'd definitely be looking at him if I was wildcarding this week for sure. Yeah. So Pepe, Aubameyang, Saka. If you're wildcarding though, you could look at even Bird Leno because he's cheap, 5 million, and he's got a double game.
Really though, Bird Leno, they're going to concede like 2 in both games.
He's kept 2 clean sheets in his last 5 games, so that's not terrible.
Yeah, you're right. Arteta has turned the defense around.
Arteta has tied him up a little bit at the back. So, just saying. All right, mate. Manchester City, Joff. Who's our best options?
Obviously KDB. I think that Jesus and Aguero is a flip of a coin because you don't know who's going to start. You don't know if they're going to get both. You don't know what's going on there. Pep's just Pep. And I think the last one, I mean, Mahrez as well. We've kind of got to talk about him. I mean, we do, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I mean, he's probably your best bet after De Bruyne in the midfield. You've got to think. I mean, he's completed 90 minutes twice in the last 4 game weeks. But then if you stretch that back to the last 7 game weeks, he's completed 90 minutes in 5 of the last 7. So that's pretty good when you think about it. So, I mean, there's a chance he gets back-to-back 90s, but it's slim. It's got to be slim. You know what I mean? Especially with the rotation policy at Manchester City. But Joff, Sterling is back.
Is he?
I mean,
is he?
He's back. Yeah, he played in the FA Cup final against Villa. So, Sterling is an option. Obviously, we don't know his minutes are going to get managed, so it's a bit tough there. But I think for City too at the back, Joff. I mean, as soon as I heard this double game week, I checked. I gotta be honest. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you the truth, Joff. It's coming from the heart. I checked Mendy's price, Joff.
I love it.
That's the first thing I did. I'm like, oh, Mendy, because I love a
I
defender
love
for a double
Mendy.
game week.
Yeah.
People know me, know what happened last season with the double game weeks. I owned Laporte throughout.
Oh
That
man,
guy just kept getting back-to-back 20 pointers in those double
he
game
was
weeks.
just
So
dominating.
unfortunately, Laporte is still injured. So otherwise, I'd be going straight to him. So I'm looking at Mendy or Walker, Joff. So if I was going to take a hit this week, I'd be definitely bringing in a City defender and probably a Aubameyang. So, at the moment, security of starts, you got to go with Walker because Mendy has played the last two in the Premier League, but he didn't play against Villa in the FA Cup. So, sorry, the EFL Cup final. So I'm a bit worried about that. But Mendy's 5'5", Walker's 5'7", both good options.
Yeah, I like that as well. Mendy, far out, man. Is he secured though? I'd love Mendy. Is he secured though? How's his starts been? Like.
Started the last two games,
Yeah.
and then before that he had 2 games off, and then he had 3 in a row. So of the last 7, he's played 5.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
No.
Not bad. So, yep, those are our double game week options, Joff. Let's jump straight into it, Joff. Captain choices and your transfers for double game week 29.
I haven't really had a chance to look, to be honest, but I mean, I wanted to hold, and now I'm not too sure. So I'm not sure. I kind of, because I've got Vardy, I kind of want to keep him against Villa. I just think that Villa will concede at least 2. So I don't know. I'm unsure whether to go. If I was to take Vardy out, it'd be for obviously Aubameyang, but I don't know, man. I'm unsure which way this goes. I really want to hold, and obviously Salah captain if I do hold. What about yourself?
You're really going to try to hold, are you?
I'm going to try.
You're going to go into a double game week with one double game week player.
I'm not even captain him. How crazy is that?
What? What do you mean you're not going to captain him?
Salah's rested, and they're playing Bournemouth, and Salah likes Bournemouth. I just love the Salah. That's the thing is, it's going to show discipline if I stick to Salah captaincy throughout. I don't know. I just feel like he'll do stuff against Bournemouth. He always does.
Yeah, no, that's a massive case for that, man. Wow, it's going to separate it's going to put the cat amongst the pigeons, as I like to say.
I'm not obviously, I'm not concreted on it. Obviously, I'm not sold on it yet, but that's what I'm thinking anyway.
Where you at? You at like let's use a little pigs analogy because I love little pigs. Are you at a straw house? Are you at the brick house, or which house are you at, Joff? In the wood house.
I'm not too sure. I don't remember the story. I'm a bit old now, but I'm gonna say.
The big bad wolf. He blows down the straw house. He blows down the wood house, but he can't blow down the brick house. So you obviously got a brick house. Where are you on that sliding scale of my pig analogy?
I'm just checking all of Salah's games against Bournemouth, and he scored in his last 4, and he got a hat trick in one of them. So, brick house. I think I'm with you. Brick house.
You're a brick house.
Sorry,
thank you,
sorry,
mate.
Mick. Update. He scored in his last 5.
My little pigs analogy. I appreciate that.
What's that?
Thank you for indulging my little pigs analogy.
Look,
I appreciate
my pleasure,
that.
man. He scored in his last 5 against Bournemouth. Just want to put it out there.
Scary. All right, mate. Well, for me, I am at the moment. I'm staring down the barrel of a -8.
Nice.
For a double game
I
week.
love it.
Take the hit.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking at is Aubameyang. Obviously, I can do Aubameyang for free. So first and foremost, I might just do Aubameyang and this just the hell with it. Put the captaincy on Aubameyang and just walk away from FPL. Drop the mic. But I also may bring in Walker and Calvert-Lewin. I can do a -8, which takes out Fernandes for Walker. It takes out Danny Ings for Calvert-Lewin and Firmino for Aubameyang.
Sure.
So I could be a massive undertaker, and I'm going to get 2 double game week players out of it, plus the informed Calvert-Lewin, and get rid of that piece of paper mache Ings.
He's burnt you hard this season, hasn't he?
And Bobby the Teeth, he's got to go. And the nearly man Bobby the Teeth, he might be. He's definitely gone this week. I don't care.
He's so cut.
He's so cut. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at, man. So it's going to be either I don't take a hit or I do. I'm not sure which way. Maybe it'll just be a -4. I like a -4, but a -8 could happen double game week. I don't know, Joff. Maybe.
Which way do you go? I do not know.
All right, mate. Well, thank you very much for everybody for joining us and listening to the podcast and watching us on YouTube. If you did enjoy this video and you want to give us some support, please head over to Patreon. You get to say thank you there, however way you want. And you get some added bonuses, Joff, because you get involved in all the things we do, our cups, our leagues, and we've got an announcement to make, don't we, Job? We've got an FPL Cup coming up, don't we?
We do. So starting game week 30, we're doing an FPL Cup. So just basically your normal team, just all the point scoring goes towards basically a game week 38 total. So what is it? 9 game weeks, so 30 to 38. So yeah.
So scoring will start in game week 30. So you got a 1 week buffer to sign up to Patreon. If you want to sign up to Patreon, or even if you just kick in to the lowest tier level, which is $1 tier, that's it. That gives you entry into this cup for the end of the season. Obviously, all our current patrons, you're all obviously automatically logged into the cup. And then what we're doing is the grand prize this season. We're going to do a tier upgrade for everybody. So depending on what tier you're on, you're going to get an upgrade to the next tier if you win this cup.
That's it. And also a T-shirt as well, an FPL Take the Hit T-shirt as well. So obviously for those who have got it, we're going to sort something out if you do win it. But for those who don't, which is basically all our Patreons besides our top tier, free, you get a T-shirt for the win as well. So pretty good prizes there. I like it.
Yeah, why not? We thought, make it a bit interesting. We've actually, a big thank you to FPL Ginger Ninja for suggesting the cup.
Yeah,
Thank you, mate.
Legend. He's a legend.
We finally come through with the goods, and we're going to do it. Joff's going to handle the admin side of things.
Yes.
Because he has a little bit of administration problems, but that's all right. That's another topic for another day.
Oh, that's great. How good's that, man? It's an administration problem. Obviously, it's from Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 3 just came out, man. I love that.
Better watch that, by the way.
So good.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Good luck in double game week 29. Don't lose your cool. Maybe take a few hits. Mick's probably going to do it. Joff might not, but who knows? It's gonna be a fun game week. I'm looking forward to double game week 29.
Pumped.
It's that time, man. I love this time of season, Joff. I'm getting pumped. It's getting pumped.
I love it. I love the energy. It's beautiful.
All right. Thank you, Joff. Thank you so much for joining me, Joff. As we say to FPL, take the hit. Always remember to stay positive.
Keep chasing them green arrows, guys.
Thanks, guys. Ciao.
Take the hit, take the hit, take the hit, take the hit, take the hit.